Hello, I'm Heathen13 and welcome back to another Grand Arena Championship. This is Season 8, Week 3, Round 2. We are currently 7-0 and we are going against somebody named T-Bapt. At least that's how I'm going to pronounce it. Let's look at how we match up. So you can see the overall, I have significantly more green on my side, but let's take a look at how it shakes down in detail. You can see I lead by a significant margin in all of the lifetime stats. I'm wondering how significant these stats are getting at this point. The more and more GACs we go, the more these stats are going to mean less and less, I think, because we're going to get into a situation where maybe somebody started in Division 8 or 9 or 10 and worked their way all the way up, and so they don't have the same opportunity for the same banners as somebody who started in, let's say, Division 2 or 3 or 1. So from that point of view, me saying, oh, I have 723 offensive wins versus his 465, I don't know that it makes a huge difference. I more want to just look at the trends. So you can see I go undersized way more often than he does. He only has 6 undersized wins. He also has almost half as many defends as he does offensive wins compared to mine, which is more like a third to a quarter. So, and he also has very few clears, 14 total. So to me, this data means rather than, oh, I have a big advantage, I want to take away from it that he is going to set a pretty heavy defense and probably set some of his best teams on defense. And when I was looking at his profile on SWGOH.gg, that seemed to bear out. He has a few teams, which I'll show you, that are significantly, are some of his better teams, and he tends to put them on defense. In terms of the roster itself, he does have about a 400,000 GP advantage on me, but I have the higher GP for the top 80 and top 65. I do have almost 20 more Zetas than he does, and a significant speed advantage. And when you look at the mods, it bears that out. I have about twice as many mods in terms of speed as he does. If you look down at the relic, you can see he has the advantage there. He has quite a few more top end relics than I do. Although neither of us have any tier 7, he does have 3 tier 6, and he has significantly more, even 4 and 5 than I do as well. So I am expecting a few very high relic squads on defense, and I'm looking at having a tough time of clearing him. Let's go ahead and look at the map. Okay, so you see we have got about 2 hours left before for attacks, and he's already cleared half of my board. Let's take a look at how he did. I put a Basila Old Man Ahsoka team and a JTR I put on defense this time. I put my Poggle B2 Asajj and Night Sisters, and he one-shot all of this top zone. And then on defense, I again put my Malevolence, who again is only 84, doesn't have all his abilities, but I figured it was still better than my Tarkin as a lead. You can see my Vulture Droid is only 3 stars. So I'm not sure how this is doing. I'll have to check the GAC history once this week is over to see if this was just a total mistake to put this on defense or not. And then down here, he took out my Maul, Marauder, and Sith Trooper team. I was super proud of that team. Like, I thought that was my own invention, that I had a good thought because I have a high relic, or I have a relic Marauder. And then I was watching a video from Endall and noticed that he did it too, and I thought, oh man, I probably just got the idea from him and don't even remember it. Anyway, my Shakti clones had 4 battles against them, so that's fantastic, and then he only took 1 against my Nute Dooku Droideka and stopped. So I don't know that he's done. I'm assuming he's done, that he doesn't have a ton of teams left to go. Let's take a look, before we look at what he set, let's take a look at his roster real quick. Just a quick overview. You can see he doesn't have Negotiator or Malevolence. He runs a Thrawn with Bug squad, and you can see in Arena he runs his bugs because he's got 4 of them at Relic 4. If we take a look at just his Gear 13s here, you can see he's got, interestingly, he's got a Relic 5 Jedi Training Ray, and that seems odd because every other one of his Gear 13s are dark side. He's got Relic Night Sisters. You can see he's got Asajj at 6 and Daka at 5. And then he's got all 4. He's got 4 out of the 5 Geos at Relic 4. He's got Brood, he's got Spy, he's got Sun Fact, and he's got Soldier. And then he's got some Empire and some First Order. Oh, there's Mother Talzin at 5 as well. So what I've noticed on his GAC history is he likes to set Geos and Night Sisters. So a lot of his top Relic squads on defense, and then he saves his Empire, so his Tarkin, his Vader, and then also his First Order for offense. That's been his kind of been his MO up till now. Now, a couple things that are interesting. Neither one of us have gas at this point. I should get him next week, but he does not have gas, and he hasn't worked on his clones at all. Also interesting on him is he has a really low Darth Revan squad. He hasn't worked on that at all, and he doesn't have Malak as either. Even when we look at his Jedi also, even his Jedi Knight Revan is just Gear 12. His Grandmaster Yoda is still 11. So he's got an interesting roster in that he's invested really heavily in Bugs and Empire and First Order, and he hasn't worked on some of the normal meta teams. You see his Grievous is Gear 11. Even though it has the right Zetas, it's lower geared. So should be interesting. So let's see what he did on defense. In the top zone, here's what I expected. He's got his Night Sisters up here. So an Asajj, Daka, and Spirit. And then a Talzin, Zombie, and Talia. And then he's got a Nuke squad with some Separatist droids and a pretty weak Karth squad. And then down on the bottom, he's got the Bugs. So he put his 3 of his Bugs in one, and then the other 2 with Dooku on the other. And then he's got a Grievous squad that is pretty weak. So I've come up with a plan. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm going to take my Traya trio against this middle Bugs team here that has all D-Relics. And I am seriously worried that it's not going to work. But I don't have a better plan. My quote-unquote better plan is I also have my Palpatine. I can take my Basilisk Sean Fallen and Thrawn off of my Darth Revan squad and use that. I'm going to back my Traya trio up with that. But I am going to go with this, and we're going to see how it works. See if it works. You can see mine are just Gear 12, and his are all Relic 4. So I am concerned that I'm just going to get a big hit from Spy, and that it's going to all go downhill really fast. But we're going to give it a shot. So here we go. So thankfully we get cooldowns on 3 of the 4, which is good, and Traya is about to go down already. So that was terrible. Hopefully we can get Hell I Hatred up sooner rather than later. So, because otherwise this is going to not go well at all. They're almost dead. They're almost dead. We're going to go ahead and take and hopefully take out Alpha. Oh, no. Hell I Hatred? No. Okay, well, let's hope this AoE kills a bunch of them. No. So, not going well. They are dying off. That was probably a mistake. Definitely a mistake. I should not have. I mean, I don't know what else I should have done there, honestly. Didn't have a whole lot of options. I am going to lose this. I think the next time Spy's big hit comes up, Nihilus is going to go down here. But maybe not. Just Nihilus against Spy. Can he do it? Let's keep him from the big hit. And yes, okay. Woo! 47 banners is not good at all, but the fact that I could get through that was my biggest concern out of the whole bunch. I was really, really worried about how that was going to go down. Wow. Okay. Man. So, looking at what he said, I am not really worried about what he's going to put in the back. He tends to put on defense, his GAC history tends to show him putting some not great squads back there. He tends to throw Ewoks. He then tends to throw some lower level scoundrels. He has a pretty decent Phoenix team that he sometimes will put back there as well. So I'm not too worried about what he's going to put back there. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Darth Revan squad against him, but we're going to break away Malik because I'm not too concerned that I need Malik to beat this team with Poggle and Soldier and Dooku. So we're going to go do that one next. And we'll start with getting the fear on everybody. And we're just going to take Poggle out, I think. And some of those. And some lightning. And nice. Okay, so I knew that was a bit of an overkill, and I still wasn't that worried about it. I do want to open up this back before I see what else is around. And for this Grievous, I don't want to underestimate it, but I also don't want to give it too much credit. It's only gear 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Grandmaster Yoda out of my normal JKR squad, and that's going to let me put Ezra in there as my main damage dealer, and I will then be able to run another Jedi team. And I'm just going to go straight in on Grievous. Again, he's only gear 10. And there we go. And rather than calling Ezra, I'd normally be calling Grandmaster Yoda. Instead, I'll just send all that stuff over to Ezra, to Jedi Knight Revan instead. And so we'll just work on B1 until we wait for good old Droideka to lose his immunity. And Ezra, don't get me wrong, I mean, Ezra's no Grandmaster Yoda, but he does a good job. So go ahead and heal up on Jolee, and we'll just pound against this Droideka until he loses that immunity. I don't want to stun him or anything. I want to make sure he takes his next turn. He's only got 6 stacks, so yeah, Jolee should be fine. And then we'll go ahead and throw it back over. And there we go. That's it. Done. 53. So I feel good about that. I was able to essentially get yet another team out of this by breaking off Grandmaster Yoda. Alright, let's see what he put in the back. If he put something heavy, then I may be in trouble, but alright, exactly what I expected. A couple Ewok squads. This Kira Ness, but Ness is really low, and I guess an okay Phoenix squad. So this is going to be the land of solos, I think, back here. Let me go ahead and take a break for a sec and make sure I have a plan for everything, and I will be right back. Okay, I think I have a plan, and we'll see if it works. I think all those teams down on the bottom I can either solo or use a relatively low team for. The two I'm worried about now are these Night Sisters, so I'm going to go ahead and go against this SWGOH team, and I'm going to take my Padme, and hopefully that works out fine. It should, I would assume. I am just going to go straight after Daka. I'm not going to hit up my other stuff yet, because I'm not, there's no plague or anything on that. I wonder if I just made a mistake and maybe I should have taken Padme against Talzin, but I have a different plan for that. And this is where I have a situation where these two are both Relic 5. Spirit's only 11, Gear 11, but still I expect them to hit hard. So I'm just going to basically bide my time here. I'm not worried about them killing me. I don't feel like, other than Asajj, the damage here is not going to be that bad. And with Daka gone already, there we go. And without Talzin lead, they don't have any other mechanic to get revives. So there we go, and that should be it. So not a great score because they stripped my protection away, but a one-shot kill. Now, of my battles that I have remaining, this is probably my most sketchy, and then it's going to be Talzin and Zombie and whatnot, and we're going to go ahead and take Bosk and the Fett Boys. So I saved Django, and I am worried that the plague from Talzin is going to just smoke these guys, and if that happens, I will look at a different plan. But let's get our taunt up, and you can see, wow, that was not nice at all from Talzin. But thankfully, we've got quite a bit of recovery from Bosk's leadership. Just want to try and get his get their contract out so we can get as much healing going as possible. And that plague is gonna do work. Wow. So this might have been a mistake. Maybe this should have been the Padme team here. Thankfully, both Boba and Django have, 2 lives. So as long as Bosk stays alive, then I'm not worried about it. But look at that. Oh, God. Yeah, Talzin, that is just a beast. Now I don't have the ability to target outside of the taunt because they both died once and lost their bounty hunter's resolve. So they did get the contract. We're going to go ahead and kill Zombie here with them so that we can get that bounty hunter's resolve back so that I can start targeting outside of the taunt. And we'll try and take this Talzin down. As long as, if I get the win, great. We'll see. I'm already struggling there again. And only Django can ignore the taunt at this point. Boba's about to die. There we go. Got the bounty hunter's resolve back on Boba. And got Talzin down. It's not pretty at all. But it is a victory. So he definitely put up some stout defenses by throwing all of his GOs and all of his Night Sisters on defense. Thankfully, all my teams, all my counters end up working, so that's fantastic. Of these two teams, this Newt Magna Guard B2 team is the tougher of the two, I think, so we're going to go ahead and CLS it, and I'm just going to obliterate Newt once already, and then as soon as he comes back out of stealth, I'll nail him down again. Wow, that was fast on the counterattacks. Pay our extortion, and we'll go ahead and get rid of Newt again. See if we can't get any last second healing. No, so 53, still fine on that side of things. Because I was able to save my Malik from my Darth Revan squad, we'll go ahead and solo the Karth team. I think even this overkill, Salvar and Mission are only gear 8. Of the remaining things that we have to look at, I think probably his Phoenix squad is maybe the toughest one he has left. And even that's not saying a whole lot. So this guy set a really tough defense up front, and then kind of ruined things for himself by setting a really weak defense in the back, I think. So there's a home one. We'll get to that in a sec. All right, let's do some solos. We'll start with the most obvious, I guess, and we'll do that with Nest. And we'll put it on auto and take down these Ewoks like always. All right, 55 for that one. That's fantastic. I'm happy about that. All right, of the things he has left, I'm gonna say that Phoenix squad is the best by far. So we're gonna go ahead and do Thrawn with Wampa, and you know, we've already got this one. No point in losing to a Phoenix squad. I tend to underestimate them, and so we're just gonna go ahead and give a fracture over there on Ezra so that he doesn't hurt us much, and we'll just let Wampa do his thing. I'm sure I'm gonna lose some banners because of this, and that's fine. It's not a concern. But at least this way, it ensures that I'm not gonna suddenly lose my Wampa on a lucky hit or something like that. So perfect banners, 54 is fine. I probably wouldn't have gotten much more than that, even if I just would have gotten solo Wampa, because he would have probably taken a lot more damage. This Kira nest, I'm gonna go ahead and use my crew team, but just for fun, I'm gonna take I'll just do it the way I was gonna take Hux, but there's really no point. I'm not even sure who I want to stun, frankly, because I'm not worried about any of these guys. This nest is really pretty weak. Gear 9, so they're gone. Now it's just a matter of trying to get as many banners as I can. Oh, dodge. So I'm gonna get like a 52 or 51 or something. It's not gonna be super pretty, but again, and to be honest, it's a little boring when they always, when my opponents consistently set just super weak defenses in the back pretty much every single round. My matches are interesting for about 10 minutes while I figure out the front. And this one was super sketchy. That Traya battle and the boss battle that I had against his Talzin, against his Grievous, or rather against his Brood, those were worrying, I guess, but yeah, it only lasts a second. We'll go Grandmaster Yoda with C-3PO here. Why not? An odd thing to do, I guess, but these are all Gear 10, Gear 11, so we'll just let the Grandmaster kill some Ewoks. And there we go, so 54 for that one as well. So all we have left are the ships. I believe I've already got this battle wrapped up in one. It's not going to be my greatest score ever, but that's okay. And as I have in the past, I will probably go ahead and fast forward the ship battle. I don't find them super interesting unless something goes terribly wrong here. So there we go. Done and done. So 62 on there. Again, I would have gotten higher banners, but my negotiator's still only 5 stars. So final for me today is 2461. A good score, not one of my best, but I did struggle on some of those tougher squads. Either way, still very good. Still happy about the win. And I don't believe that T-Bap is going to come back and try some more battles. He may, and if he does, good luck to him. I do want to thank him for a excellent defense up front, at least. Definitely a challenge. And thank everybody for watching, and I will talk to you next time.